Okay, coming live from Deep Learning Indaba, iAfrikan giving you rolling coverage. And we have a friend of the podcast, friend of the publication, Shakir. I love the fact that Shakir is always here. How are you, Shakir?
I'm doing good. And I'm having fun in Dakar in Senegal. It's hot and humid.
I know, right? So, from last year, our episode was actually our biggest views in terms of it got the most hits from Ghana interviews last year. So that was really, really well. Shakir, a lot has happened between Ghana and now. Let's start here. Let's catch up first. You were on Time Magazine's top 100 most influential people in AI. Being on that list, because it happened last year this time, actually. How has your life changed? Has it changed anyway? Has it brought you notoriety? What are people saying? How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Who knows if you make it again on the list? I think it's coming out next week. Who knows? But I don't know. I think what we use that kind of visibility for is just to, again, raise the profile of Indaba, of the communities we are supporting, redirect funds to those people. And it just gives me motivation to keep doing what I'm doing, to know that there's impact and that the kind of voice and the perspective that I'm bringing and the perspective that I'm sharing with others is actually valuable, useful, necessary, and relevant, and that we should just keep doing it and doing more.
So for the benefit of our watchers, there were four people from Africa that were on Time Magazine's top 100. And all four of them were actually on our channel. So go to Abebe, go to Shakir, go to... Who was the other one?
Tim Needs.
Tim Needs.
And then there was John from Kenya.
So from Kenya. So go check those interviews out. And then, there's a lot of insights to pull from there. Interesting. Now you're doing a lot of work in climate. Why the shift to climate? What about climate are you concerned about?
So, we understand climate change is one of the big issues facing us, but actually, climate is a problem of 100 years in the future, but we are already experiencing the effects of that change today. We have floods across many of our countries, we have droughts, there are sandstorms, degradation of biodiversity. So all of these kind of issues are facing us today. How do we respond as communities? How do we respond as governments? How do scientists respond to give that kind of... So, now it's more urgent than ever to be working in those kind of areas of really bringing data. And if I say because we are here in Senegal and in Indaba, why there's even more importance that we do focus on that kind of work for Africa in particular is because today, probably weather prediction models, if we take rainfall or temperature, are around 25% less accurate for African countries than they are for highly developed countries. And there's a kind of urgency because of all the changes that we actually address, fix some of those problems, bring intellectual energy, bring those resources, redirect that to policy, make some change.
But Shakir, one would argue that climate and AI, is it really a thing? There's more investment in other, spaces in AI. Why occupy your time with climate and AI?
Well, one of the things that I think is amazing is that climate, from just a pure technical, if you are a technical scientist, technical research, technical engineer, someone who's a hackathon, there is so much amazing data. It's actually one of the largest data you could ever hope. Imagine the data of the whole planet at 50 kilometers at every direction, all the way up to the upper atmosphere, every 1 hour, every 30 minutes for 40 years of data. It's an amazing resource of data that we have that's shared across the world. And those kind of predictions that you make have real kind of impacts in the world, from being able to better predict floods to being able to better predict everyday rainfall just 2 hours ahead, being able to do wind predictions, which are going to be so useful for the kinds of renewable energy that we need to install, predictions for how much solar energy we're going to get. So they are more relevant, and if we can use AI to improve the performance and improve the efficiencies of those systems, then that's what we need. Right,
100%.
Supports the whole economy, supports jobs, it supports the flourishing of people, supports their political stability. It's sort of coupled to everything.
Shakir, in your hat and capacity as the board of trustees of the Deep Learning Indaba, today is such a beautiful day. I'm looking just at the auditorium, how full it is, and how beautiful this space is. Just looking at the Deep Learning Indaba, it's our 6th edition. Walk me through the feeling, the journey. How do you feel about the growth? And generally, give me your thoughts on Senegal.
So Senegal, we are here in Senegal after having completed a whole tour, north, south, east, west. And now we are here to really understand what does it mean to engage in a country whose first language is not English. To really take seriously the idea of we are speakers of multiple languages and that we live in multiple languages. And so that's what one of the reasons we are here to come to Francophone Africa, if we're still going to use that kind of language, and to really invest, to commit in this kind of space. So Senegal is amazing if you are here in this space. There's this amazing new train station. I don't know if you've been to it.
Yes,
It just opened earlier in the beginning of the
yes.
year. This university we are in was just built a few years ago, and Senegal is now ready to sort of modernize and develop and come into that space. They have their own AI strategy or technical strategy. So now is the right time to come to Senegal. Was a great kind of space to be here. So I'm feeling good about where we are. I think now, I think of the past as maybe phase one of the Indaba's growth, its legacy, and now let's move to phase two, where we professionalize everything. The Indaba must get bigger, better, stronger. What we need to do is this year we have 47 Indaba events at every country across Africa. So that means in every week this year, there is some Indaba event happening in one country in Africa. That's an amazing kind of accomplishment, something we're really proud about. But now we need to stabilize that, strengthen it, make it bigger. Each of those events must become 2,000 people. And if we have 50 countries at 2,000, there's 100,000 people. Then we're getting to the right kind of critical mass that we need for kind of transformation of create new businesses, really emphasize research, own new kinds of ways, strengthen universities, support other areas of water, so climate, agriculture, healthcare. And so I think that's the next phase for everything. Anyone wants to make a good donation?
Please, donations are always welcome.
So, yep, plus one.
Shakir, thank you so much. It's such a vibe talking to you. My producer's already telling me, cut. No, we're going to continue going because we haven't caught up in a year.
And things are changing.
You know what I mean?
And, anyway, thanks so much for having me.
Thank you so much, okay?